10 Facts about the Bill of Rights. Here are 10 things you probably didn't know about the Bill of Rights. The Bill of Rights, also known as the first 10 amendments to the Constitution, guarantees fundamental liberties such as free speech and worship. While the Bill of Rights has been in effect since 1791, many people are unaware of its contents. Today's video contains some facts about the Bill of Rights you may have never heard before. Number 1. The Bill of Rights was also inspired by an English law of the same name. The English Bill of Rights, passed in 1689, limited the monarchy's power by delegating more authority to Parliament and outlining individual rights such as freedom of speech. Number 2. James Madison was the author. Madison included far more amendments in his first draft of the Bill of Rights than were ultimately ratified. His list was reduced to 17 by the House, and then to 12 by the Senate. It was completed in 1791, 3 months after his original proposal, with only 10 amendments. Number 3. It was inspired by the Virginia Declaration of Rights. In 1776, politician George Mason drafted the Virginia Declaration of Rights. The Declaration of Independence established certain rights, stating that all men are by nature equally free and independent, and that government is, or ought to be, instituted for the common benefit, protection, and security of the people, nation, or community. Number 4. Madison thought the Bill of Rights was pointless at first, but it ended up saving the Constitution. Madison, the 4th President of the United States, was initially opposed to a Bill of Rights, but anti-federalists were vying to rewrite the Constitution. He prevented anti-federalists from rewriting the Constitution by including the Bill of Rights, which is why he is known as the father of the Constitution and the father of the Bill of Rights. Number 5. One of the amendments that had been rejected originally was ratified in 1992 by a college student. Gregory Watson, a sophomore at UT Austin, wrote a paper about a previously discarded James Madison amendment that stated that Congress cannot give itself a raise until after the next election, so that constituents can decide whether or not the raise is deserved. James Madison drafted the amendment in 1789, but it was not adopted at the time. Watson's paper argued why it should pass, and while he received a C for it, he became so passionate about the subject that he went on to lobby lawmakers, eventually persuading the 38 state legislatures required to approve the amendment. As a result, the 27th Amendment was ratified in 1992. Number 6. Thomas Jefferson and John Adams were supporters of the Bill of Rights. A Bill of Rights is what the people are entitled to against every government on earth, general or particular, and what no just government should refuse or rest on inferences, Jefferson told Madison. Number 7. The Bill of Rights did not apply to all individuals until about 130 years after it was drafted. For a long time, the Bill of Rights was rarely enforced in courts. Racial segregation was legal, and gender discrimination was institutionalized. People were often unaware of their rights or unable to afford a lawyer, so constitutional violations went unchallenged. It wasn't until the beginning of the 20th century that people began forming unions, such as the ACLU and NAACP, that the government began to be held accountable. Number 8. There were 14 handwritten copies, but only 12 are still in existence. There are only 12 original copies of the Bill of Rights left today, and it is unknown what happened to some of them. Number 9. The Bill of Rights was not ratified by 3 states until 1939. Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Georgia did not send their approvals to Congress until 150 years after the creation of the Bill of Rights. Number 10. North Carolina's copy was taken by a Union soldier. A Union infantryman stole the North Carolina copy of the Bill of Rights from the state archives in Raleigh during the Civil War and took it home to Ohio as a souvenir. The following year, he sold it for $5. It vanished for years before reappearing in 2005, when an antique collector attempted to sell it to the National Constitutional Center. The document was seized by FBI agents, and it was finally returned to its home state in 2007. There you have our 10 facts about the Bill of Rights. Did you know that December 15th is the Bill of Rights Day? Bill of Rights Day did not exist until Franklin D. Roosevelt's presidency, when he declared it a national holiday on its 150th anniversary in 1941. Thanks for watching and be sure to subscribe for future videos.